Okay, so today we're going to be looking at multiplying polynomials, but before we do that we need to review some of our exponent rules. So it says here, which expression is equivalent to 12x to the 6th y to the negative 4th z squared divided by 3x squared y to the negative 6 z to the 3rd. Okay, so quick look, and I saw no parentheses, no zero exponents, no fractional exponents, so this is going to be pretty straightforward. 12 is going to be divided by 3. So 12 divided by 3 is simply 4. Okay. Then we have x to the 6th divided by x squared. Well, when we're dividing like bases, we subtract the exponents. So 6 take away 2 is 4. Okay. So we have y to the negative 4 minus negative 6. So that's going to be y to the second power. And then we have z to the 2 minus 3, which is z to the negative 1 power. Now, according to our rules, we're not allowed to consider it simplified if we have a negative exponent, which we have here. So to remove the negative exponent, we write its reciprocal, okay, which would be 1 over z. But we have the other things along here, so when we put them together, we get 4x to the 4th y squared, and then we multiply by 1 over z, and it's simply divided by z. So the best answer choice here is D. All right. So now, if we're going, it says we're adding the polynomials, which we are going to do, but before we can do that, we're going to have to take care of the parentheses. There's a number out in front of the parentheses, and that, if you'll recall, means we multiply. And we multiply times every term on the inside. So then we hit the end of the parentheses and we'll stop. So that's going to be 3 times 4x squared plus 3 times 2x plus 3 times 5. And then on the second one we have positive 2 that's going to be distributed. So we have 2 plus 2 times negative x squared. Sorry, negative x squared would be there, plus 2 times x minus 2 times 10. Alright, so we put that together and we have 12x squared plus 6x plus 15 minus 2x squared plus 2x minus 20. Now, you have a choice at this point of identifying your like terms and combining them, or you can do the stacked protocol. I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm going to go ahead on this one, and because of the way I've written it out, and identify my like terms. Okay, and then I'm going to combine them. So I have 12x squared minus 2x squared plus 6x plus 2x plus 15 minus 20. Okay, so that'd be 10x squared plus 8x minus 5. Okay. So on the second one, I'm going to employ the vertical method and see if I like that one any better. Okay, so we're going to still distribute the 4, or the number out front, to every term inside. So we've got 4 times x squared minus 4 times 3x plus 4 times 4. Okay, I'm going to leave that in parentheses this time. And then we're going to do the plus 5. So we're going to multiply everything by positive 5. So we'll get 10x squared, 5 times 2x squared plus 5 times 3x plus 5 times 6. So now we have 4x squared minus 12x plus 16. And then in the other we have 10x squared plus 15x plus 30. All right, so I've taken care of the 4 and the 5 out front. So now I can stack these. It'll be 4x squared minus 12x plus 16, and then 10x squared plus 15x plus 30. So 4 plus 10 is 14, x squared. Negative 12 plus 15 is positive 3x. And then 16 plus 30 is 46. All right, so that's an addition, an additional step in adding polynomials. Okay, so if we want to simplify these, the hint here is we're subtracting, and that's because right here we have the minus sign. So we're going to distribute a negative to each one of these, a negative 5. And over here we're going to distribute the 2. So I'd have 2a squared plus 14a minus 16 minus 15a squared. And then negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10a squared. And then negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20. Okay. So now we can put our like terms together, or we can write it vertically. I kind of am partial to the vertical style, so I'm going to do that one here. So we add them together. 2 plus negative 15 is negative 13a squared, and then 14 plus 10 is 24a, and then negative 16 plus 20 is positive 4. Alright, same idea here. We take the number out front and we distribute. So we get negative 12x squared minus 30x plus 6. We take the negative 3 and we distribute. We multiply everything by the negative 3. So positive 3x squared minus 12x plus 6. This one I'm going to do horizontally. We have like terms negative 12 plus 3. So that's going to be negative 9x squared. We have negative 30 minus 12 gives us negative 42x, and then 6 plus 6 is 12. Alright, let's take a look at some other problems. Alright, this is multiplying polynomials, and this is a monomial times a binomial. Alright. You're not tested on that, but it's good to know. And we do the same as we did with the numbers. We take the number out front, or the letter out front, the variable, and we multiply it times everything inside. So we have x times x plus x times 2. Now remember our rules for multiplying like bases. We add the exponents, so 1 plus 1 is 2. And when we have a variable times a constant, we just write the constant and then the variable. Ta-da! Okay, so that's multiplying using distribution. For another way we can do it is what we call the box method. Okay, and what we can do is we take and we make a box. Outside each of the boxes, right, we put one of the terms. Okay, so since x minus 4 is one polynomial, that goes up top, x minus 4, and then the 2x is going to go here on the side. I totally could have done it this way as well if I like, right? I could have had x minus 4 down the side and 2x up that way. It's totally up to you. Alright, so here I have 2x times x, and I have 2x times negative 4. So if I want to simplify that, 2x times x is 2x squared, And then 2 times negative 4 is negative 8x. So minus 8x. Okay. And then the final way we're going to look at it is the vertical method. Right? On the vertical method, what we're going to do is we're going to set it up similar to the way we were, I think I called it stack method, okay? But it's vertical because we're going to line things up. All right, now, just like when you multiply numbers, okay, you line them up from left to right. So this says we're going to multiply 3y times 5. So we get 15y, because we just multiply the 3 times the 5. And then we have 3y times y. So 3, and there's no coefficient written, so that's going to be 3. And then y times y, well, they each have a coefficient, an exponent of 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. So 3y squared plus 15y. All right, so now you're going to choose the method for number 8. Go ahead and pause the video. Yes, I mean you. All right, now that you've worked out your method, you can check your answer. You should have gotten 4x to the third plus 12x. All right. Okay, so now that you've completed the notes, you're going to work on Polynomials Day 2 worksheet, and you'll follow the instructions there. You should find a little bit of review and a bit of multiplication. Okay? Be sure and ask questions if you didn't understand something. Want to make sure you're successful.